Hello, thank you for joining us on this episode of Sports Bets for Free. My name is Scott Jenkins, your host, just a local sports bettor here in Phoenix, Arizona. And hopefully today with our bets and your bets, it's going to be another profitable day for you. We're getting into Major League Baseball Saturday, July 12th. So hopefully you guys got a chance to watch on Friday night. Crazy night. Yankees go nuts over the Cubs. We predicted the Yanks would beat them up. And guess what happened? They beat him up. Another left-handed pitcher somehow stymies the Chicago Cubs, right? Then we get later on in the day, Giants do get the win as the, a little bit of a favorite there over the Dodgers. Dodgers have now lost 7 in a row. We came up a little short on that Marlins and Orioles over. And for some reason, the Royals bullpen decided to give up 7 innings as they had a 3-1 lead. We had underpegged in the first 3, 5, and 7, and then the last 2 innings, that absolutely gets destroyed as the Mets put up 7 against that freaking horrible-ass Royals bullpen. Getting sick and tired of that bullpen, to be really honest. There was multiple games where the bullpen got blown up. By the way, Guardians give up 1 in the 11th. We told you this. The White Sox would win Game 2 of the doubleheader. What else do we got? The Rockies somehow beat the Reds. Where was the Reds' offense in that thing? They took the night off. Bullpens that gave up runs. How about the Mariners getting 8 runs off the Tigers' bullpen? Rays' bullpen blows another game in the 9th inning. I don't know what they're going to do, but they need to do it in a freaking hurry if they plan on hanging around. We called an exact score in that Rangers-Astros 7-3. It's what we predicted there. Exact score came in. We like the Brewers. They won. The over early and often in the Cardinals game came through. Twins and Pirates was way under as expected. D-backs did get upset. We told you Padres over the Phillies. Blue Jays do beat the A's, and the bullpen almost gave it up there for the Blue Jays. 7-3 lead going in. That game gets to 7-6. So a lot of exciting stuff on Friday. Let's get into Saturday's slate as we've got a plenty. First game up, Cubs, Yankees, Max Fried, Matthew Boyd in this one here. Currently, Yankees at about $1.60 or so favorite in this one. Totals at 8.5. I'll be really honest in this thing. First of all, the Cubs haven't hit a lefty since April. We've said it time and time and time and time again, right? Matthew Boyd's pitched really well. I mean, he's only had one real blip on the screen. And he actually gave up 4 runs in the first to Cincinnati on the road. But besides that, he could have gave up 7 or 8 runs in that first run. So to get out of there with only giving up 4, I thought was actually, it was a good deal for him and the Cubs. But I see Boyd pitching well. I see Fried pitching well. I don't see much offense in this game at all. So we would lean to the Yankees, but we're not playing the lean. We're going to play the bets. So we're all over the under in this particular case here. Cubs, Yanks, under 2.5 the first 3 innings, 4.5 the first 5, 6.5 the first 7, 8.5 for the game. Cubs under 3.5 team total. Cubs, Yankees, no run first. Max Fried, 6+ strikeouts. Matthew Boyd, 6+ strikeouts. Fried, under 2.5 earned runs. Matthew Boyd under 2.5 earned runs. Aaron Judge under 2.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Max Fried under 5.5 hits. Giancarlo Stanton under 1.5 total bases. And Boyd and Fried 18+ outs apiece. So we just went through a boatload of bets there in game 1 to start us off. That one at 1:05 Eastern time. And then we've got a game 5 minutes after that. So they're relatively close, right? Kirby for the Mariners, Casey Mize for the Tigers. So what to make of that Tigers game in game 1 with Skubal on the mound? Everybody cashed a no-run first, but then all of a sudden we went to what the hell happened there, right? First of all, the Tigers make a bad defensive mistake, get behind 1-0. You don't dive for a ball with Skubal. He can get out of first and second with 2 outs with no problem. Right? There's no reason to put runs at risk with your ace on the mound. I don't care if it's Skubal or if it's just your, one of your top starting pitchers. They're there to get out of trouble. That being said, impressed by the Mariners the way they scored runs late in that game. That's not an easy ballpark to score a lot of runs. They're going to score some today, I believe, against Mize. I just don't know if this game smells like 4-3 to me, Tigers. But do like we will take the Tigers money line, as it's basically a toss up between the two. Tigers money line front 5 as well. We like both of those. Probably stay away from the total here. I have an inkling this thing might come under in that Tigers game, but staying away from the total at this point in that one. Next game up, we get to the 11:10 game. Pirates and the Twins are 11:10 out here, 2:10 Eastern time. It's not on the board yet. Burrow's pitching for the Pirates. I'll be really honest with you here. We're going to fade Burrows and the Pirates. Under 3.5 team total for the Pirates. I'd when a line comes posted. Unfortunately, it's not posted yet, and we've waited for some lines this evening as we're a little late putting this out as well. But definitely like the Twins in that particular one there. Next game up. We got 2:15 Eastern time. Another game not on the board. Braves, Cardinals. Fetty pitching for the Cardinals. Braves, we don't know yet. No starter announced. So this game here, I'd be really honest. We liked over in the first game because of the pitching matchup. There's going to be some lackluster pitching in this one as well. Wouldn't be surprised if we see an over in the front 5, over for the game as well in this one. But like I said, we're waiting on that starting pitcher for sure. Then we get into the 4 o'clock Eastern time frame games. We've got some 4:00 or 7:05 games. Keep calling them 4 o'clock games. Marlins and the Orioles at 4:05 Eastern time. Trevor Rogers against Junk. Still one of the best names. I know we say this every time he pitches, but man, that name's awesome, right? So we do Junk, a little over 3 RA. Trevor Rogers has pitched his ass off last 3-4 starts. So let's just be honest here. He's had a couple of starts where he's given up nothing. Marlins struggled to score. They scored 2 in the 9th. They're going to, once again, the Orioles show a little chink in the armor late in that game. But Orioles put up a 5 spot. They put up 2 early in this one. I'll be really honest here. I really like the Orioles one more time in this series with Trevor Rogers on the mound. So let's give you all those bets. Orioles money line -1.5, 2.5, 3.5 on the run line. Orioles over the 4.5 team total. Marlins under 4.5 team total. Orioles -0.5 a run first 3, 5, and 7 innings. Trevor Rogers 5+ Ks. He's been at 4, 5, and 6 his last 3 starts. Rogers under 2.5 earned runs. Rogers 17+ outs. Then we're all over 2 hitters, 5 bets apiece. Home run. Tell you the 2 hitters first, right? Westberg and Holiday. Home run, double, over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, and 3+ total bases. Next game up. Why not a little Dodgers and Giants? 8-7 win for the Giants. So the Giants got up 8-2. Logan Webb decided to have a bad inning in the 6th, made it 8-6. Dodgers get it one more to make it 8-7, but Giants hold on. Dodgers have now lost 7 in a row. Congratulations, LA Dodgers. Now you know what it feels like to be basically every other team in baseball. Instead of, we can just spend $500 million and it doesn't matter because we got all these guys and 5,000 different prospects because we have one of the best organizations in cultivating prospects. Yada, yada, yada. We're aware. Dodgers fans, I know you're pissed off. Good news is you're still got a big lead in the West, right? 95 games will win it. This is not going to be the year, I think, where you have to get it to 103. The Giants beat you in this game here, but the Padres, they did win too, but they're not playing great. The Diamondbacks look like they're probably going to be out of it. You're not going to have to win 103 games this season. 95 is probably where you got to be, or maybe even less than that. So you're in good shape. Just relax. Let your pitching get healthy. You should be okay. Ohtani in this one versus Ralph. Ralph's ERA and expected ERA at home is below 2. The problem Ralph's had has been on the road. Now, he's not going to go probably 7 innings, right? He's more of a 5 inning, maybe stretch to 6. But the bullpen's definitely going to have to carry him here. But I really and Ohtani's not going more than 3 as far as we've heard. I like the Giants in this one at plus money. I don't know how you get away from it. Really? I mean, realistically, I don't know how the Dodgers are $1.42 here, basically being a bullpen game. So the bets in this game here, as Dodgers are one of the teams we fade or follow, are going to be Giants money line. Giants plus 1.5, minus 1.5, 2.5 on the run line. Giants over 3.5 team total, we believe, is one of the biggest steals of the day. Giants money line, first 3, first 5, first 7 innings. Willie Adames and Mr. Joe Lee again, same 5 bets apiece. Home run, double, over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, and 3+ total bases. And so we got to keep checking the schedule here to make sure nothing's off. We've got 4:10 Eastern time. We got a lot of games in this window as well. We've got the Guardians and the White Sox. Burke versus Bibby in this one. No surprise, the Guardians about $1.50 favorite. Burke going for the White Sox. Total around 8.5 in this one. So the split went kind of how we thought. We let Guardians to win 4-2 in the first game. 5-4 second game. It was a little higher scoring than we anticipated, but White Sox did get the win. Like I told you, I thought White Sox plus 1.5 would probably be the best play there. That, didn't like to see it go extras to get there, but it did get home on that. We had a little bit of more of a sweat than we'd like. But this game here, Guardians, we expect to win this game. We bounce back. Doubleheaders are tough. They just are. They use a lot of different players. They use a ton of different pitchers. So this game here, the starters are going to have to go a little bit longer. I think that's good for the Guardians. I think they get more opportunities off the White Sox starter here. So give us the Guardians. The juice isn't that bad on the money line, so no real reason to play. I don't think run line or -0.5. So Guardians money line, first 5. Guardians money line for the game in that one. Next game up, 1:10 Eastern time as well. Nationals and the Brewers. So we told you Brewers in game 1. There was a big pitching matchup discrepancy, even though the Brewers did open it up in the first 5 innings and got a big lead and kind of coasted here. They're not as big a favorite today. I'm sorry, they're a bigger favorite today, or I should say for Saturday, as they're going against the Japanese pitcher who I can't pronounce, and I'm not even going to attempt to. They're like a $2.40 favorite with Woodruff. Woodruff pitched his ass off first start back. If Woodruff is close to that, and I'm not talking where he's got to give up like 0, where he gives up like a couple runs or something, this is an easy one for the Brewhahas. I honestly think this is a game they win again, 8-2, 8-3, maybe 7. Maybe they only score 7. But I love the Brewers here. I think they only give up 2 or 3 runs max for the whole game, and the whooping sticks come out one more time. So Brewers minus -0.5 run front 5. Brewers money line, Brewers minus 1.5 for the game as well. Also, Christian Yelich and Jackson Churio, if you haven't been paying attention, those guys are hitting the ball well. Probably pretty good couple batter props, just to give you a heads up there. Next game up, 4:10 Eastern time as well. I'm tired of these 4:10 games. Let's see. Red Sox and Rays, Crochet, Shane Baz. So Red Sox got extremely lucky again as they were down the entire game, and the Tampa Bay bullpen was feeling generous as it normally does on a nightly basis here over the last few weeks. Versus Shane Baz has pitched okay, not great. Red Sox, I told you they have trouble sometimes with right-handed pitchers, and they did again until the 9th. It's hard to get behind the Red Sox here because the Rays are going to probably lead this damn thing for 7 innings, but it is Crochet on the mound. This is just this is not a game I would play real heavy here. In fact, I would probably play the Rays because I think you're getting a ton of value with the Rays, especially in the front 5. So a couple different ways to attack this. Rays plus -0.5 run front 5, Rays money line front 5. I think both of those are excellent plays. Now, they will take out some of the lefties, so maybe Brandon Lowe's not playing, or the Lowe's aren't playing. Maybe maybe Arenado's not playing, but you're going to see Diaz and Caminero and those guys. They've got guys that can hit the ball. So I'm not saying they're going to put up like 8 runs against Crochet, but I think they can get a few runs. So a 2-2 game at the end, through the first 5 innings wouldn't shock me in the least. And that's if the Red Sox can hit Boz. Boz has stuff where he can be dominant. So like I said, I think the Rays is the better play here value-wise. When we say value, that just means, for example, they should be plus 125, I think, 130, and they're plus 160. That's a lot of value in on our side. Now, does that mean they're going to win? No. But I got to play that versus almost a $2 favorite in Crochet, especially the pitching can be outstanding, but the offense has to score a run or two, right? So we'll roll with the Rays in that one. Next game up, also at 4:10 Eastern time, Rockies and the Reds. Reds are almost a $3 favorite here. It's Baylock versus Brady Singer. Total around 10. There is no way on God's green earth that I can play Brady Singer at a $3 favorite. I thought the Reds should have killed him yesterday. The offense fell asleep. The offense is going to have to score here, and they're going to have to score a bunch, I think, for Brady Singer and that bullpen. That bullpen's not any good for Cincinnati either. So I think the easiest way for this one, buy it down, the total down to 9.5. We play over 4.5 front 5, over 9.5 for the game. I just play the over. You don't have to worry about a side and playing with all that juice and go, should I take a run line to offset it? No, just play the totals. Don't got to mess around with it. There's going to be some scoring in this game. Hell, the Reds have a good opportunity here to put up double digits by themselves. And after yesterday, they really need to consider doing that. That's for dang sure. Next game up. Mets, Royals. Back in Kansas City. So, the Royals bullpen was nice enough to give up 7 runs in the 8th and 9th and blow the under and the win. It was just god-awful. I mean, let's be honest here. Frankie Montas versus Michael Lorenzen. You want to talk about 2 pitchers that are normally 1 to 2 pitches away from absolutely getting destroyed. You can name these 2 for sure. But, in this particular one here, I don't trust Lorenzen. That Royals bullpen, once again, man, I just don't know what the hell they're doing. They can't get any outs. Why do we bring Clark in the 9th? I understand you're already down, but you just give up another 4 runs? For what? That guy is god-awful. That's like putting Long in there. Those 2 guys should be designated for assignment. There has to be 2 other human beings in your organization that can pitch and get you 3 outs. It's not those 2 guys. It hasn't been all season long. Estevez they bring in Estevez to try to close down the door. Once again, he's horrible with inherited runners. He needs a clean inning to start. They don't really have a guy, maybe except Ursig, that can come on with inherited runners on and do anything at all. That's the sad part of that bullpen. So it's almost like they got to tell the starter, you need to figure out a way through it. And that's probably what they should do. But they refuse to, and, because, they're worried about the press conference on why didn't you pull this guy? Most of the time we're at the press conference, the question is, why the hell did you pull this guy? Right? So that being said, we like the Mets. Let's give you all the bets here in the Mets game. Mets money line -1.5, 2.5, 3.5 on the run line. Mets over 4.5 team total. Mets money line first 3, first 5, first 7 innings. Juan Soto, Brandon Nimmo, same 5 bets apiece. Home run, double, over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, and 3+ total bases. Next game up, Rangers, Astros, 7:30, 5 Eastern time. Valdez and DeGrom. So we saw a 7-3 game on Friday. Now we're back in Houston again. And now we get to take a look at Jacob DeGrom in this one. So Frommer's good. He pitched well in LA. He's going to give up probably a couple runs. Jacob DeGrom's probably going to give up a couple runs. That's 4. Total's at 6.5. So do we think that the 3 more runs can come against the bullpen. 3 more runs can come against that Rangers bullpen, that's for sure. Woo! Is that bullpen stinky? But how do we get any action in this particular game? Because this game, I will be honest with you, this is one of those games here. DeGrom, you're getting a little bit of plus money, so that has a little bit of interest there. I honestly think you're going to get to over 7 here, or over 6.5. Over 3.5 first 5 innings, over 6.5 for the game. Fromber to throw 2+ walks as well in this one. I don't know if the guys are going to get there on the strikeout props necessarily, but I do expect some runs scored. I just think this is another big-time pitching matchup, and I think we're going to be left like, what the hell happened here on that one? Like, between Castillo and Skubal on Friday, I mean, the Twins and Pirates are the 2 low-scoring games, went exactly according to form. But it's the Pirates. They can't hit they can't hit nothing. You know what I mean? So Astros can hit a little bit. The Rangers definitely have the bigger offense. Wyatt Langford went crazy last night. I think he had a 4-hit game. We expect over on this one. We're going to stay away from a side. Slightly would lean to the Rangers because of the value on the plus money. Next game up, 7:35 Eastern time as well. Phillies and the Padres back in Philly one more time. Wheeler versus Darvish. Now, the amazing part in this is we get a 6.5 total with Valdez and DeGrom. We get a 7.5 total in a harder place to score runs in the Padres and Phillies game. So, honestly, this one here, I like the Phillies. I like the under. I would not play the Phillies on the run line because I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. It could be 1 run, 3-2, maybe 4-2 again in this thing. But under 4 the first 5, under 7.5 for the game, I think is 2 excellent plays there. And the Phillies to win the game outright. Phillies in the first 5 as well. I think all of those play in this particular game. Then the next game up, we get to the 9:38 Eastern time frame game. Angels, UC Kikuchi, Diamondbacks, Zach Gallen. What do we expect here? Well, we expect Zach Gallen and UC probably to go 5 innings. Both of them throw a bunch of pitches. UC to strike out probably 6 or 7 plus guys. Zach Gallen to do okay. It was an exciting ball game on Friday. Angels get out to a 4-0 lead in the first. Diamondbacks tie it up at 4. Then it's tied at 5. Then it's tied at 6. All right, or what was it, 7-6 final, or was it 6-5 final? My bad. The dumb guy here at the end of the thing can't figure nothing out. 6-5 final. So it was tied, 4-0, 4-4, 5-4, 5-5, then 6-5 to finish it off. As once again the D-backs bullpen in the 9th gives up the run. It was a night of blown bullpens. I mean, it's what it is, right? No bullpen can hold shit. It's that baseball's getting to the point, and it's one of the games I love more than anything else. But these bullpens are causing major heart attacks. I mean, this is absolutely insanity for the better. That's why realistically anymore, I'm about to the point where we're not going to play a full game. We're just going to play first 3, 5, and 7. Because I can basically almost pinpoint what's going to happen there unless it's a big shock. But these 8th and 9th innings, maybe some 7th innings, are ugly. Just absolute. You can call them fugly if you want, but they're bad. In this one here, I'm going to be honest with you. I think we get over 8.5. I don't know if we get over 4.5 in the front 5, but I do like some runs scored late. I like UC to get 6+ Ks. I like Gallen and UC to go 5 innings. I don't know if they go much deeper than that in that game, but should be a relatively interesting game. I think you got 2 decent pitchers and some guys that can hit the ball on both sides. So should be entertaining. I think we might see another back and forth one there as well. Then we finish up the night, Gausman and Lopez for the Blue Jays and the A's. So 7-3. Everybody that had that over 10.5 was sweating that thing to the bottom of the 9th. A's ended up scoring 3, 7-6. Congratulations to all the people that didn't cash out and hung it with that over. Wow. That was a dead under ticket once again that somehow ended up over. Just like the Royals. I mean, you know what? It's 3-1 going into the 8th and a total at 9.5. I'm not really sweating the under. wrong. You know what I mean? So just like, oh my God, really? This is just sick. Oh, absolutely. One of those fugly opportunities one more time. Anyway, Blue Jays are a pretty sizable favorite here with Gaussman. Well, they're about $1.50, $1.60. Lopez on the other side, he's been all right. I mean, he's not a Cy Young candidate, right? But ERA's in the fours, so's Gaussman, right? A's offense can be a little bit streaky as well. But we're going to we like the A's in a few different spots in this one, right? So I think the Blue Jays should have been closer to probably $1.30 favorite, but A's plus a half a run first 5 innings, A's plus 1.5 for the game. No, I don't have a money line because I want to get the half a run and the run and a half. Would also expect this game to go over as well. Over 5.5 from 5, over 10.5 for the game. So I think you got multiple opportunities to wager on that A's and Blue Jays game. All right, that finishes up a full slate of Major League Baseball for July 12th. Do you like the content you're seeing here and want to see some more? We'd love to have you along for the ride. All you need to do is hit follow or subscribe, depending on the social media platform you're watching us on, or make life simple for yourself. Turn on the notifications for that social media platform. You'll get a notification sent to your phone or device to let you know Sports Bets for Free's dropped a new episode of bets. And then you can check them out and put them against your bets. And then, the ones that match up, I'm sure will give you a ton of confidence heading to the betting app or betting window. A couple other things as well. A lot of people ask where we get our research done. PropsEdge.io. I will have a link in the comments section for you there as well. That is where we get a ton of research. Yes, it's not free. It's a few bucks per month. The reason why it's a few bucks per month is they lay it out really, really nice. They do multiple sports, Major League Baseball, WNBA, college football, NFL football, college basketball, NBA. They also do a few different, if you're into e-game wagering as well, they do those as well. They have a few of those. League of Legends, I believe, is one, and a couple others. But fantastic place to get a ton of prop data for player props, pitcher props, whatever prop you can think of. They've got them all listed there. They've got all the books where they're at and the best value for you as well. So that way, if you've got multiple book options, you don't got to wait around and figure out which one, right? So they'll give you hit rate, last 5, 10, 20 games, all that kind of data just right there at your fingertips. Much easier on a laptop than the phone. I will tell you that up front. Desktop, laptops, definitely the way to use them. But if you want to get your own props, not rely on us, you can do fantastic with PropsEdge.io. And like I said, I will have a link in the comments section as well. Also, private Discord channel is available as well. Now, we have a link in our YouTube channel page, as well as we'll put one in the comments section. It's WHOP is basically the website. That's where you pay for it. Yes, it's not free. It is $50 per month, right? Well worth $50 per month. I see guys out there selling plays for a month for couple $1,000. It's $50. It's not a lot. And if you follow us instead of going off on all these tangents like we see some of our around, we're going to make money. But we play straight plays. I'll give you a few fun parlays. We hit a few on Friday Night Baseball and also WNBA and tennis. We hit the 2 guys to win in the tennis game today. We had and then we had another parlay with them and the 2 winners in the WNBA. Then we had a 3-game Nerfy parlay as well. All of those hit. So we put out some parlays for you as well. But the main bread and butter is going to be our straight wagers and when we play in those particular with those 4 teams. But we got all of that as well. Not only are you going to get baseball, but you're going to get basketball. You're going to get football. You're going to get Formula One. You're going to get golf. You're going to get WNBA. Not every day in the WNBA, because honestly, not every day do I like something in the WNBA. But you get a ton of bets. If you're into it at all, if you spend, let's say you spend a couple $100 a month in wagering, which if you're watching this show, I almost guarantee you do, it is well worth the $50 to get some help, right? We don't want you losing money to the books. We want you making money. This is where you need to be, is on that Discord. Not only to get all those plays, it's a lot of fun being on there too. We do have a little bit of fun. So especially when Casper comes out and tells me the Saints are going to win the Super Bowl. We have fun on those with that. So might as well be there and have some fun with us. All right, we do appreciate everybody's support as always, and we look forward to seeing you on our next episode.